Welcome back to the Ed Show. Our president, you know that he doesn't use the scare tactics of the Bush administration, but he's coming right up front. The president is going to talk straight to his fellows in the Congress. He is going to address these talking points. He's going to put pressure on Congress, and that's what he said today on health care at his press conference.
Our position is that a public plan makes sense. There are a whole host of other issues where ultimately I may have a strong opinion, and I will express those to members of Congress as this is shaping up.
All right, you can't get any clearer than that. The president wants a public option, probably because he knows the public overwhelmingly supports one. Joining me now is Ohio Senator Sherrod Brown, who is a member of the HELP Committee, which is Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions. All right, Senator, I know you're not going to let us down on this issue. That exchange I just had with Dylan Ratigan, that's the kind of action I want behind closed doors. I want you senators going at it and fighting for this public option. But I need you to define at this moment what this public option is.
Well, public option is pretty much a Medicare look-alike. It won't exactly be that, but a public plan that competes with the insurance industries. The insurance industry is always sort of one step ahead of the sheriff. They want you in their plan if they can make money on you. They don't if you got a pre-existing condition. We're going to change the rules for insurance companies, but we also want this public plan option so they can keep the insurance companies behaving better. And so a customer or a patient can say, I want to go in the private plan, or I can go in the public plan. It's their choice. We're just providing an additional choice, but it's a public choice. It's a government-run choice that will welcome many people, and others will choose otherwise.
Okay, this is what the president had to say today when it comes to drawing the lines. Here it is.
We have not drawn lines in the sand other than that reform has to control costs and that it has to provide relief to people who don't have health insurance or are underinsured. Yeah, those are the broad parameters that we've discussed.
Senator Brown, when do we draw lines in the sand to Republicans that have said it's a non-starter? That's their verbiage. It's a non-starter when it comes to public option.
Well, unfortunately, one committee seems to be, the Finance Committee seems to be working, in my mind, their goal seems to be, the chairman has said his goal is to have a bipartisan plan. The HELP Committee, my committee, Senator Dodd, Senator Kennedy's committee, is frankly more focused on we want a really good plan, and a really good plan's got to include a public option. It will save dollars, as the president says, because it will keep the insurance companies more honest. And it will mean that places there might not be a decent private insurance plan, the public option's there, and it gives much better choice. It'll help the single parent who's not been able to get insurance because it costs too much or because she might have a disabled child. It will help the small business owner that can't get the kind of quality of insurance that she wants for her business, whatever. And so all across the board, it will make sense. And we're working on it in the HELP Committee. We had a markup today. We're about halfway there in terms of the legislation we're putting together. We've got more to do, and we're going to get the public option.
All right, Senator, want to switch gears with you here if I can, because the other big story today that the president addressed was the events that are unfolding in Iran. Are you comfortable with the action this president has taken? Has he been aggressive enough? And do you think he should do more? Where do you stand on it?
I think he's been about right, and I don't agree with everything the president's done on everything, but on this one I do. And I think that what people that want to talk tougher, like John McCain, have said the president's got to talk tougher and talk about the democracy movement and kind of identify himself with certain leaders in Iran. What we have to understand is when an American leader identifies with a certain group of people in a Middle East country, it doesn't necessarily help that group of people go in the direction they want to take the country, because we're not necessarily the most popular kid in the block there, and we always want to stand for democracy and freedom, but oftentimes we need to stand a little bit back, let it play out,
sure.
And move forward at the right time.
Senator, good to have you with us tonight.
Thanks
so
always.
much.
Thanks.
You bet. For more on this, let's turn to our political panel tonight. Katrina vanden Heuvel is the editor of The Nation, Todd Webster, Democratic strategist, and Tom Tancredo, former Republican congressman from Colorado. We want to talk about health care. We want to talk about Iran. Let's get to the health care. Katrina, did the president make any headway today? I mean, it appeared to me that this was the most animated and the most aggressive he's been. saying we're going to level the playing field with the insurance companies.
Yeah, I mean, it was a contentious press conference. You had some of those reporters sounding like they were ventriloquists for the insurance Big Pharma or Frank Luntz, but I think he gave the most spirited defense of the public option, we've heard him say, but he's not ready to bang heads yet. You got those timid, cautious centrist Democrats who are probably still on the fence, not Sherrod Brown, but I think that's going to require leadership on Obama's part, and this is about his legacy. If he can get public plan through in a universal affordable health care plan, that is something we haven't seen in 40, no Democratic president has been able to do.
Tom Tancredo, it would make political sense to make sure the Republicans derail the Obama effort, because this could really torpedo his presidency. Then you can hang on the label on him that he couldn't get it done. What about that?
Well, yeah, I hope so, but the fact is that it looks to me, frankly, I mean, listening to what is happening, listening to the president today, the kind of aggressive nature and by the way, because a reporter asks him a question more than once, we're talking about reporters in the pockets of the insurance company. Oh my God, it just goes to show you how deep in the pockets of Obama the whole media press corps is. But going back to the question, the fact is that he was aggressive today. You know what it tells me, Ed? It tells me the wheels are coming off the train. You got Democrats in the Congress bailing out, saying, "Oh, I'm not so sure about this anymore. When I get an OMB report of a $1 trillion cost, we say, oh, never mind that. Let's get the CBO because they're on our side. CBO comes in a little over $1 trillion. Everybody goes, you know, maybe we better think this thing over again, because when the president says we got to control costs and he's going to put in a program that's going to cost over $1 trillion, it doesn't really play that well in Peoria."
How do you sell the price tag, Todd Webster? What do you think?
Well, look, the health care lobby, you know, people talk about the NRA being the most popular lobby in Washington. The health care lobby, the medical lobby is extremely powerful, extremely compelling. The fact is that we're not even debating a single payer option, which does make the most sense, which would cover everybody, which would cut out the obscene profits being made by the health insurance companies.
Well, that's because the Democrats got weak need on it.
Well, my question is, what is the value add of an insurance company, right? You go to the doctor, you see a nurse, you go to a hospital. The insurance companies are not providing any value, yet they make hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars on profits every single year. It makes no sense. The public option is a half measure by comparison, is the middle ground by comparison.
Todd's right. I mean, the single payer has been off the table. We are now left with the public option. It should not foreclose further reform, but the key is to get these private insurers out of the way and let people have the choice. And Barack Obama did speak well today about disciplining the insurance companies. And Todd is also right. Last I checked, Ed, there are 6 lobbyists for Big Pharma or insurance companies to every member of Congress, which means, and we spoke about this last week, Barack Obama should get out of Washington, D.C. and rally the people, the wind behind his back.
He's got the people with him. Panel, stay with us. We're coming back with a lot more. Hang on. Republican lawmaker has called President Obama a cream puff on Iran. I'll take him on right here on The Ed Show next. Stay with us.